Believe it's possible. They say believe it's possible. A very famous woman from our century said that you don't get what you want, you get what you believe. And I'm going to share with you my favorite belief story. It's of a 61-year-old man who shows up to this marathon in Sydney, Australia. This marathon is 583 kilometers long across Australia, and most of the people who take part are 20, 30-year-olds, probably corporate sponsors, pro athletes, and they've got the best of the gears. They've got your Nikes, Puma, Asics, top-notch gear, and here is a 61-year-old man wearing casual clothes, a baseball cap, construction boots, and a raincoat because he thought it's going to rain. People were shocked to see him in the registration line. One person went up and asked him, "Old man, what are you doing here?" He says, "I'm running the race." "Have you ever run a race before?" He says, "No." "This is a 6.5-day race. What are you thinking?" He says that, "Well, I'm a farmer, I chase my cattle." And then he runs around and he runs almost for days together because he has to keep them together. He doesn't have a tractor, he doesn't have a horse, alright? Anyways, the next day the race begins, and as expected, all the pro athletes, they've got a good lead, and we've got Mr. Young at the back. He's literally shuffling, and they go on to dub this the Young Shuffle. You can check it out. But what most people didn't know was Mr. Young had an advantage. He's never had a coach. He's never interacted with an elite athlete. He doesn't understand what a marathon is, and he's never read a book about marathon. So what he didn't know was you were supposed to run for 18 hours and rest for the 6. So when all the pro athletes were way ahead and in bed, you've got Mr. Young shuffling by them in the night. And he did this for 5 days continuously and finished the race first 12 hours before the record time at the age of 61. When I narrate this story to my friends, they usually say, "Okay, fine, the lesson is slow and steady wins the race." But you actually get two very beautiful lessons from this, which is very close to my heart. And one is belief. He believed that he's going to run the race, and he did it. The other one, it's very lateral. You wouldn't have probably heard this before, but it's the power of ignorance, the power of not knowing something, the power of confusion. And the reason I say this right now, why it's so powerful to be confused, is because in this day and age, when we've got so much information on our fingertips, we're scrolling. One moment we're happy, one moment we're sad, one moment we're excited, one moment we're in pain. There's so much information that we start self-diagnosing ourselves. You might have heard these false beliefs. "Oh yeah, I'm anxious, I'm an anxious individual. Oh, I'm depressed. I don't have an attention span. I'm not good enough." What are these beliefs? Drop that act. And the reason I say it's very powerful to be confused, because you've not got those blinders on. You've not got that narrow vision. You're in a place where you can explore new things. You're in a place to absorb knowledge, and you have the power to see things from different perspectives and from different lenses. But what's not okay is to be confused and sitting in a place waiting for things to come your way. And that's why the only shortcut to success is hard work. You've got to put in the work. Anything that comes easy goes easy. And you know what? Mr. Young, he won $10,000 from this race, as cash prize. You know what he did? He didn't even take one penny. He literally redistributed with all the other runners. Imagine a farmer doing this. He could have easily bought, a tractor or a horse. He didn't even take one penny from it and he gave it away. And that brings me to my second point. Character. You can do your master's or your PhD from any university in the world, probably Harvard, Queen Mary, Cambridge. You can do your master's or PhD from any university in the world. But if you don't have the heart to go out there, help someone in need, if you don't have the soul and the courage to go out of your way and try and impact someone's life, none of this makes sense. It's just another piece of paper. I could have been sitting there in my office doing my full-time job, clocking my hours next to a heater, but I chose to show up here. I chose to take on my crippling stage fright because I believe what I have to share with you guys can impact your lives. An egg, when broken from the outside, ends a life. But that same egg, when it cracks from inside, a new life begins. In your tenure, in your journey here at Queen Mary, you're going to have a lot of forces. You're going to have a lot of pressure throughout, and you're going to discover it with time. Probably your career, probably your coursework, probably social life, probably your personal life, taking care of yourself alone, probably even some pressures from back home. Don't let those pressures break you. Believe in yourself. Believe you're on a mission to do something big here. Believe that you have a larger purpose in this life. Don't break, but break through from within.